Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in. To 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. We've got some great guards going head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
Now, here is Davis. Drives to the hoop. And it's Davis with the jam.
Now, I know he doesn't have to get up real high, but that time he did.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. For three. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
SGA doesn't rely on the three to get his points, but, man, when it's falling, watch out.
Outside for Davis. Goes up the baseline. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at playing the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
Yeah, they never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards. I just don't think they want him taking that kind of shot again. His teammates are just laughing, shaking their heads there on the bench.
A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Bangs home the trifecta.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pass to Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
SGA with some good movement, creating an easy opportunity for a teammate.
Thompson outside. Now, here's Washington. Out to Thompson. On the wing, Irving. Stolen by Dort. Here's Holmgren. Back to Williams. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Dort misses. Mavericks trail by 4. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. On Gilgeous-Alexander.
It's got to be something else to be a teammate of Irving's. What a generational talent.
Greg, you love this topic more than anyone when you think about the best ball handlers of all time. Where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. Think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Back to Irving. 6 to shoot. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Pass to Hartenstein. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. Outside Irving. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Lively, no one around him. Dallas again missing. For 3, Holmgren. Dinwiddie with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
.24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lively's shot is off. Now the Thunder with it. They lead by 4. Williams with the steal. Here's Exum. That one's not going to go. Good D by Williams. Here's Holmgren. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
That's how you set a screen. You got to be quick to the spot, separate from your defender, set your feet, and then hold your position. He nails all 3 aspects there.
And so it's Oklahoma City, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be right back after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Thunder, guys.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Here's Davis. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. The Thunder leading by 6. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, a big-name guy. They've built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
The high post shot. The offensive rebound. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Over in the corner, Williams. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. From deep three-point land. Another miss by Holmgren. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Lou Dort makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice. Because he's the best of the best. Coach Mark Daigneault said, I look at him more like he's an artist. We can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow, thank you for the report. Brent, there can't be any question now that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way.
And Caruso's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
When you have a guard like Gilgeous-Alexander that fights inside, it can add some spunk to your team.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Irving with it. Dort covering. Dallas moving the ball around. Pass to Dinwiddie. Shoots over Caruso. Dinwiddie's shot is off. The Thunder leading by 8. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by Gafford. There's 1:54 left in the first half of the game. Got a hand on it. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Mavericks making a switch here. 1:49 left in the second quarter. Here's Holmgren. And Lively pulls it down.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
In the corner, it's Gafford. Marshall with it. Williams picks him up. And it's blocked. Pass to Holmgren. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
Shots good by Gafford.
Well, any possession that ends in a shot from that range after a good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
And, guys, they've done a great job beating their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
Marshall gets the bucket.
Really tough to predict what Kyrie is going to do because he's so special playing out of the pick and roll.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder. Now, here's Marshall. Defended by Holmgren. Out to the right wing. Marshall with it. 3 on the clock. Christie can't make it.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's Hartenstein. And here is Holmgren. Back to Williams. Driving the lane. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And the first half is now in the books. Thunder lead by 10. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Mavericks trailed by 10. Irving with the ball. Dort covering. Irving's shot is good.
And making the most of that inside opening. That's almost too easy for Kyrie.
Pass to Holmgren. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Holmgren wide open. Buries the long-range jumper. Holmgren's got 7 points.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Thompson with the bucket.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Williams gets the bucket.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his way.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at the last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. PJ can put the ball on the floor and guard 1-5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. And he makes that one. Dort's got his second basket.
Well, the size and skill of Dort is pretty unique. He can be really effective at any position on the floor.
Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick and roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
And he banks in the layup. Irving's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And this is how explosive Irving can be, such a clever and versatile scorer.
Pass to Holmgren. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing here by 8. Gafford misses.
A good job on the glass there, working hard to establish position and put himself in a great spot to come away with that rebound.
Davis with it. Williams picks him up. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And fighting through the foul that time as AD was able to put that shot up.
For Dallas, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. A minute 50 left in the third. Williams. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Davis. Now Marshall. Pass to Irving. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. Irving's got 10 points in just the second half.
There's no doubt that Kyrie gets talked about as having some of the best handles in the business, effective at getting wherever he wants to get to on the floor.
Here's Williams. The kick out to Williams. Shot clock at 5. From the top of the key. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Giving up a run here, can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 17. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And it'll be the Mavericks with their first timeout here of the game.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
Well, I hope this one is not to draw up a play, but to think about how they're going to defend that man. He's putting up some major numbers.
And the Mavericks call time here. The Thunder with the lead. Pass to Holmgren. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Holmgren's got 7 points here in this quarter. Dinwiddie outside. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. For Dallas, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. And the technical free throw is good. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Dinwiddie outside. That 3 off the mark. Williams inside the line, and he makes good on the layup. Now it's a 7-point Thunder lead.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Thunder out in front, up by. And this is it. Glad to have you along to this 4th and final quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by Gafford. Mavericks trail by 7. Back to Irving. Now, here's Gafford. Here's Thompson. Going inside. The layup missed. Here's Oklahoma City now. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Hartenstein. On the wing, Williams. No good with the wing jumper. Thompson outside. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. Got it. Good job in the low post. Holmgren's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Oklahoma City. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And all game long, they've been finding blocks. Their focus on strong rim protection has helped stifle the opposing team's offense.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Pass to Washington. Out to Thompson. Davis with it. Defended by Holmgren. Time on the clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Intelligent play there by Davis. He knows he has the defense on their heels as soon as he gets the ball that close to the rim.
That one misses. The Thunder leading by 8. To the inside. Williams scanning the floor. No good that time.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And stolen by Williams.
And that's turned over in about the most frustrating way possible.
Well, there's good turnovers. That wasn't one of them. At least this one doesn't lead to an automatic fast break, the live ball turnover, so that's the best you can say about that play.
Irving, good.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Here's Dort. And Davis sends it back.
No surprise why AD has led the league in blocks before.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Outside Irving. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. And that one drops for him. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 19 points.
He's making plays all over the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander will not be stopped.
1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Irving. Rebound by Williams. The Thunder leading by 9. Pass to Holmgren. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. Good on the 3-point shot. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 12 now for the Thunder. Here's Davis. And it's
Are there any questions as to why this guy is an all-star? His ability to fight through contact and hit the shot is world-class.
back to Hartenstein. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. And the Thunder lead by 12.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Thunder.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
And the Mavericks making a change here.
The team's struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. The Mavericks pull it in. Here's Washington. Back to Williams. Jacks up a three. And Washington is good for three. 11 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Pass to Holmgren. The wide open look here for Hartenstein. It's good.
Impressive job by the players, coaches. Don't discount the.
We're all set. To bring you NBA action. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. And it's the Mavericks to start out. Up top, Gafford. Lays it up off the glass.
And this is something this guy takes pride in, capitalizing on second chance opportunities.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here he goes. It's Dort on the wing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And these two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
Near the three-point line, it's Holmgren. Outside, Dort. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. From downtown. And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
You love how fast Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets into that shooting position. As soon as it touches his hands, it is ready to go.
Daniel Gafford has carved out Norris a role in this league with his hustle, his intensity, and his rim protection.
All of those things you just mentioned, Kevin, are skills. He plays hard on both ends. Gafford can defend the paint. He's going to crash the glass. He's going to run the floor. Listen, figure out how you can fit and do your job.
Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Here's Gafford. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Well, just it's easy to say. This guy wanted it more, creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
Pass to Holmgren. Outside, Dort. Back to Holmgren. The kick out to Williams. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Dallas. They trail by 1. Now here's Thompson. Outside Irving. Pass to Davis. Driving inside. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Truly a big man with guard-like quickness. Davis is super hard to corral once he gets in the paint.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, you love this topic more than anyone. When you think about the best ball handlers of all time, where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
Here's Dort. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Hartenstein. Right side, Williams. Another shot. Over to the wing. Near the three-point line, it's Holmgren. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
A silky smooth shooter. Holmgren makes it look so effortless at times.
Irving looking over the floor. Here's Dinwiddie. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. There's a minute left to play in the first. Back to Williams. He's looking for Hartenstein and finds him. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Good. He got the English that time as it falls.
This guy is an absolute scorer from anywhere on the floor. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doing work in the mid-range.
To the right side. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. There's the lob short. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
You want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
To the inside. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. It's stolen by Dort. And so it's Oklahoma City holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And you have to credit their defense. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
And they've made a point of pounding the offensive board, turning those rebounds into points. It's been a great effort.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting.
And Davis gets it to go.
Yeah, the added muscle Davis has put on, helping him on these tough finishes, flexing on him there.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. To the paint. A nice shot by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got the lead back up to 8 now for Oklahoma City. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
Yeah, they never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at the last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. PJ can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
He's very long, and SGA so effective around the hoop because of that length.
Williams gets the bucket.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
On the wing, Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Gafford. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Gafford's got 8.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Right side, Dort. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Lets it go with the 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Holmgren Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Sinks the triple. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Pass to Christie. They get the rebound. Thompson outside. Here's Christie. Scoreless thus far. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Thompson misses.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Out to the right wing. Now Holmgren. He's got 5. Pass to Hartenstein. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Point Thunder lead. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Doris, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, two-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Here's Irving. High post, Davis. Over Wiggins. And it's Davis missing. And it's Williams with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. 29 seconds left to play here in the half. Dallas with the ball. Thompson outside to stop the run. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Thompson's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And here is Wallace. Pass to Caruso. Down low. Here's Williams. Shoots over Gafford. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Oklahoma City enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll return shortly. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. When a team, Doris, is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
Yeah, Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit and how to keep fighting even when you don't have your best game available.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
The foul couldn't hold Davis down. His scoring ability is just that strong.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
Here's Caruso. No good with the triple. Mavericks trail by 9. Personal foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
On defense, the Thunder. Davis down low. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Gafford with the steal. Washington with it. Still yet to score. Going inside. Out to the wing. Outside Irving. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. The Thunder leading by 9. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams-Doris has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
Pass to Exum. Fires the 3. The shot's good. Marshall making the play. Exum's got his first 3 points of the game.
Really good anticipation by Dante Exum. He feels the defense laying off, and he sticks it.
There's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. 4 on the shot clock. Pass to Holmgren. They grab their own miss. Outside, Dort.
Terrific anticipation by him, and that's why he's out on the court.
And stolen by Williams. Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The first one falls. Both shots good from the stripe. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And he drives in, and he lays it straight in. Exum's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, terrific read by Dante Exum. This guy sees the lane and attacks it with ferocity.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
It's stolen by Hartenstein. Dinwiddie with the steal. Dallas moving it around. Here's Lively. And finished off Lively.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, Dallas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Williams from outside.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, they've absolutely dominated that category in this one, and it's reflected in the score.
Dallas calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players get a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Dallas calls timeout.
Adjustments are a part of the game. The coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Dallas calls timeout. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Dinwiddie outside. Here's Thompson. Dallas, no good that time either.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense, okay, let him shoot it.
Mavericks trail by 14. Here's Gafford. Uses the glass to finish the line. Gafford's got 10 points.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Got a piece of it. Pass to Williams. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And there's another one for the Thunder. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Irving. Into the lane. He gets it in there.
Well, put it on the deck, get into a gap, and get a bucket. That is Kyrie Irving at his best.
Outside, Dort. Five to shoot. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Thunder have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Here's Dort. And so it's Oklahoma City holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Mavericks trail by 18. Here's Irving. A rebound by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Pass to Washington. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Washington's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Mavs. Outside, Davis. The Thunder pull it in. They led by as many as 18 points. Now, Holmgren. Back to Williams. For 3. And it's Klay Thompson with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Washington. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Thompson. Oh, Thompson, tough shot.
Boy, showing off his versatility. Klay Thompson attacking the interior of this defense.
To the middle. Hartenstein. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
The Thunder leading by 15. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander takes the 3. Good on the triple.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Outside, Davis. Fires away from outside.
And for him to shoot from that distance is a bit of a head scratcher.
I think as a player, you have to know your strengths and play to them, and that is not within his range. Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
It's good.
And that's a shot Davis will make 10 out of 10 times. He's just so strong inside.
Count that one for George. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. It's an 18-point game. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Here's Gafford. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
That passing ability complements Irving scoring so well.
Williams with a clean look. The three-pointer is right on target.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen?
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot?
And another theme in this game, to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That free throw, no good. That one misses. Mavericks trail by 17.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Oklahoma City.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
Oklahoma City leading by 17. For 3, Williams. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And here are the Mavericks now. Outside Williams. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Williams drops them both. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Let's go. Off the left rim and out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Lively inside. Over Williams. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. No good on the free throw. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Pass to Wallace. And he makes the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Now, here's Gafford. The rebound by Williams. Pass to Caruso. Pulls up. Missed. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done.
We're all set to. Bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. So Cleveland will get the first possession. It's Strus on the wing. Outside Garland. Clock at 6. Here's Allen. That's good, and it's Garland. With the assist. Here we are, Brent, looking at this game tonight. Both of these teams certainly get after it on the defensive end.
Well, I'm touching your suit here, Kevin, and it looks like you got shoulder pads in there. You're going to need that. This game's going to be a grinder. It's going to be physical. These guys are going to bump each other around, and they play hard-nosed defense. So I would expect this game to not rise up in terms of the scoring column, and we'll see who's tougher tonight.
Mobley. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Outside Williams. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one is good.
And you just see that burst. Gilgeous-Alexander, hard to catch him once he gets that first step.
Now, Garland. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander. GA, you look how Garland can create for himself. Very good off the catch or the bounce.
So deadly off of those high pick and rolls because he can dribble into that 3. A playmaker that can do that is a headache. Garland knows how to create that space and get his looks.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks. Mark Daigneault and I got a chance to talk a little bit. Now he's worried it's going to be one of those nights when Donovan Mitchell just goes off. He told me it's like guarding a ticking time bomb. You never know when he's going to blow up, but you're anticipating it. So coach is expecting the best out of his team and preparing for the worst. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now, here's George. After the miss from Evan Mobley. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer.
That's a great swat. Jared Allen gets up there. Hard to escape his reach.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Here's Mobley. Out to the wing. The 3 from Garland.
And that's the kind of in-your-face defense that's setting the tone for SGA and the rest of this team.
Here's Holmgren. Here's Hartenstein. Holmgren with it. Just 5 to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes up again. And there's the nice layup by Hartenstein.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Mitchell outside. Pass to Mobley. No one near him. The Thunder with the lead. And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
Yeah, they do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
Well, if you're looking for a 3-and-D player, Dort plays D. And there's your 3.
So timeout called here, the first for... In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, a big-name guy. They've built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Pass to Jerome. Knocked away. A minute 20 left to play in the first. Mobley with it. He's defended by Hartenstein. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. This is his first free throw of the game.
And he hit 72% of his foul shots a season ago. I'm sure he's real thrilled with those numbers.
The Thunder leading by 3. Pass to Holmgren. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And with that threat of the outside jumper, Holmgren generates space for this offense.
Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times. He's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
Yeah, that's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and game is fully in their control.
And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Oh, the leaping ability of Mitchell, allowing him to go way upstairs.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Hartenstein in the corner. Second chance shot. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that concludes the first quarter of play. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider what the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Darius Garland, the son of former NBA player Winston Garland, said that he was a sponge growing up listening to his dad. He hung on every word about playing point guard. Darius says, I learned the little things much quicker. He taught me at a young age to change gears to keep defenders off balance. Kevin?
And he's doing it. I love the tricks of the trade you just talked about. Thank you so much. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Offensive rebound. Now Hartenstein. To the left wing. To the middle. Stolen by Allen. The Cavaliers trail by 7. It's Allen on the wing. It's stolen by Hartenstein. Knocks it loose. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Right side, Garland. To the inside. And they double up Allen. For 3, Hunter. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. The Thunder leading by 7. Down low. Here's Holmgren. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Holmgren's got 5 points so far. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
And a savvy pump fake move from the rookie Holmgren. That kind of intelligent play could serve him well.
Take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Thunder.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
I love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
Now, here's Mitchell. Here's Mobley. Doesn't go that time. Excellent D there from Williams. Pass to Hartenstein. Oklahoma City moving it around. Basket good. Hartenstein's got the lead up to 13 now for the Thunder.
And running offense through Holmgren, great court awareness and really unselfish.
Knocked loose. Here's Mitchell. Nice defense from Dort.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Here's Mitchell. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Holmgren gets the bucket.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Now, here's Garland. Pass to Strus. 6 to shoot. Trying to end the drought. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. One on Gilgeous-Alexander.
Garland does a good job there getting the shot up into the air while he's being fouled.
Both free throws good from Garland. The Thunder leading by 14. Williams for 3. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Timeout called the Cavaliers. He's listed at 6'5", but Brent, Jalen Williams seems so much bigger than that on the floor.
One of those guys that has more presence on the floor than the measurements you look at on paper. This guy plays bigger. He's got a great frame. He's got great strength. He's got great poise. And there are a lot of people who are going to recognize just how talented Jalen is.
The Cavaliers trail by 14. Mitchell outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Mitchell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And bursting through inside, so difficult to contain when Mitchell's on the attack.
And there's the call on Ty Jerome. That's his first foul. On the wing, Wallace. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Mobley with the block. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. 16 seconds left in the second quarter. Mitchell outside. To the paint. Here's Hunter. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Hunter's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do. And right at the top, guard that guy.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. The Thunder leading by 10. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. Count the basket.
Alexander, some imaginative offense on that play.
Pass to Mobley. Back to Mitchell. And the dunk by Mitchell.
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
Here's Dort. Offensive rebound. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Dort. Shot clock at 5. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Dort's got 5 now.
Now you size up the D. Sometimes you take a little bit of an extra count, and Dort did it that time.
Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Here's Mitchell. It's deflected.
And that's a relentless effort from Dort. Just a great physical defender.
The offensive rebound. Mobley. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
And an intentional foul right there. The Cavaliers making a switch here. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Off target from outside. And so Allen will bring it up for Cleveland. It's a 10-point game. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Now, here's Hunter. Pass to Jerome. 5 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Stolen by Dort.
Just waiting for a chance to make a play. When the pass was made, he's a fantastic steal.
Throwing off the defense, creating a shot. Dort becoming a problem now.
Now, here's Garland. He has 5. And they call an illegal screen here.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but It's importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, and they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. And Kevin, see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game, pulling in the right direction. Here's Jerome. Good D by Holmgren. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
Here's Allen. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist.
Allen rolling with some force, or at least the force he can muster. He can be useful in the pick and roll.
And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Just got a little ahead of himself going for that rebound and gets whistled for the over the back.
Yeah, just might have to take it down a notch there. Don't like the result of the foul. I like the tenacity, just not the foul.
Garland, that's for two. Dort grabs the miss. The Thunder leading by 13. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
So both teams changing it up here. Here's Jerome. No scoring in this one. Mitchell outside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
And that's part of what Mitchell brings to the table, the willingness to operate on the perimeter or get in there and mix it up on the interior.
Oklahoma City leading by 11. Now Wallace. Pass to Mitchell. From downtown. And so it's Oklahoma City. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And it's been their and there may not be a lot of stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Timeout called. Cleveland. Let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. Now, he tore into his guys. He said, your body language is awful right now. You don't even look like you want to play right now. Should I sub in for you? Where's the drive to win? Guys?
Thank you, David. Lets the three fly. Evan Mobley with the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Okoro shot is off. On offense, here are the Thunder. Holmgren wide open. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hartenstein. Inside. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. On target from 13 feet. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Oklahoma City. Pass to Mobley. Garland feeling it out a little bit. Off with the layup. The Thunder leading by 13. Stolen by Okoro. 5-on-3 break. Back to Garland. Got a hand on it. And he recovers it. Here's Mitchell. Pass to Mobley. And that one, good.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Down low. Lets it go from 14. Outside, Dort. Second shot opportunity. The shot's good.
And Dort has a nose for the bucket.
And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Trailing by 13. Back to Mobley. Pass to Garland. Shoots over Dort. Nice defense from Dort.
That's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Garland with it. Ball's knocked loose. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Just 2 to shoot. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland.
That's a key to provide some spacing for this offense if Jared Allen can be confident and knock down shots like that. Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Here's Mobley. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Dort with the ball. Garland picks him up. The Cavaliers trail by 14. Mobley outside. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And a deep three from Garland. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Oklahoma City leading by 14.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Oklahoma City.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
To the middle. To the wing right side. Here's Williams. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. So it's the Cavaliers now. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Allen. Now, here's Mitchell. Defended by Dort. Garland with it. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Out to the right wing. And here is Caruso. His three-pointer's off the mark. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step of becoming a good